We have finally got a strong GDP report out of the United States. Adolfo Laurenti, Bank J Safra Sarasin. The IFO Business Climate Index for Germany recorded its best recording since April of 2014, coming in at 110.5. The figures showed a notable increase in mood among manufacturers and in construction. Do you think we will continue to see strong results for Germany? And what impact could it have on the euro?
We are quite optimistic. It seems that Germany is doing well, but quite frankly, we have seen good reports in recent weeks almost from everywhere in Europe. There is a sense that some of the woes that we were suffering earlier in the year may be finally over. Unfortunately, potential is not very high, so we should not expect blockbuster growth. But considering where we are coming from, we are very satisfied to see progress. Germany is in particular taking advantage of low interest rates, something that is likely to continue because we do not see any imminent threat of tapering by the European Central Bank. So there will be enough opportunity for German businesses to continue to do well. Export seems to be a positive. This might be part of the story behind the IFO index you were referring to. So overall, we think this will be a good sign for Germany, but at large for the rest of the Eurozone as well.
Japan's inflation rate dropped by 0.5% year-on-year in September. This was the 7th straight month of decline, although it was in line with market expectations. Adolfo, do you think this declining trend is a representation of Japan's economy?
Well, unfortunately, Japan has really had some hard time to move out of the low inflation rates and the weak economic environment that was the feature of the first half of the year. The good news is that we see some manufacturing reports, some confidence sentiments, surveys that are pointing in the right direction, despite the fact that prices are still contracting. We see some encouraging signs from the Tokyo area report that usually is a good leading indicator for national inflation. So we think that along with an improving global outlook, Japan may see a better economic outcomes in the coming months than what we have seen so far. What is clearly lacking at this point is a consistent policy direction, both in terms of a fiscal decision and monetary policy. The Bank of Japan is trying to implement a new framework. We have been having some doubts about its effectiveness. I think the burden is on them to deliver what market would like to see. But if this will happen, we may have some upside surprises in Japan in the coming months.
Okay, and US GDP figures released today showed the US economy grew by an annualized rate of 2.9% in the last 3 months, which was stronger than the market expected. What do you think this figure means for the US economy?
Well, this has been a surprise, as you mentioned, because we were really concerned about the impact of the soft patch the U.S. economy hit in the middle of the summer. Apparently, there was no lasting damage from those weak indicators. 2.9 is a very good result. It shows some momentum. It is particularly good that we see this growth not just driven by consumption as it was in the case in the second quarters, but we have seen in this report export to contribute to growth in a very significant way. Stockpiling inventories are also an important contributor to growth. We need to do more work on that front because we think that not all sectors' inventories are sustainable. We are in particular concerned about imbalances in retailers' inventories, but this will probably be a problem for the future. Right now, we have finally got a strong GDP report out of the United States. We have been waiting for one for a long time, so this is really reassuring that there will be momentum going into the fourth quarter and hopefully in 2017.
Thank you for sharing your insight with us today. That's all for this week's edition of Weekly Wrap Up, but for everything else, stay with us here on Dukascopy TV.